Hello and welcome to Designer Discussions with Jason, Miriam, and Maria. Today we are talking about the Academy. We're opening up a new session and we're going to talk about what has happened over the last year with what we've talked about. Welcome to Designer Discussions Podcast with
Miriam,
Maria,
and Jason. Tune in each week where we discuss marketing, PR, and business advice for design professionals.
Yeah, well, this is an exciting time because this is going to be our third year of teaching the academy. And we just want to go back and tell our listeners a little bit about where it all came from and how it has evolved over these 2 years. If we go way back, the way it started is that I had a PR membership that was solely intended to teach designers and mostly interior designers how to get their own PR. And Maria actually was one of the members of my membership. And Jason, I don't remember. Somehow you became part of it and were half teaching, half attending. And so we did this for a while and then we really all became good friends. And I mostly realized that it's a big ask for somebody to to really focus on PR solely because there's other areas of marketing that are also very important and everything needs to work in tandem. So a couple of years ago, I talked with Jason and Maria and I said, why don't we make the membership bigger and we cover everything that involves digital marketing, PR, business, and tech. And that's how we decided to get started with the Academy. And yeah, it's been 2 years. So, Jason, what how what do you think how has it evolved? And obviously we believe in it because and we know it works because we've seen it work for our students and members. But give me your overview of how you have seen it develop.
I think overall it's been a success for the members involved. We've actually had a couple members that have joined the second year,
Mhm.
and that's how we know that they were happy with it because they went through the first year. Then the second year, they said they learned a lot, but they really wanted to have re-emphasis on some of the things like on AI, which always changes, and that's something that is no matter if we did something in month one, by the time we do it in month four, it will change. And that's just how AI is. But they wanted to join the second year because they wanted to really get expertise in some of the areas like SEO, PR. And so they even have said to us that they had success with it. On our side, we've evolved how we would teach us some of the things, some of the topics, when we reorganized, when we would teach aspects of it. So they each tie into each other seamlessly. So overall, I think it has been a success. What's your thoughts on it, Maria?
well, as small business owners, we aren't given a business class before we start a kitchen and bath showroom, an interior design business, a remodeling company, a building and contracting company. And since we don't have a structure of education around that, we typically have to outsource, right? We have to outsource all of our PR. We have to outsource all of our marketing. And then we have to either sign up for classes or learn on our own how to use AI and how to implement it within our business. So we feel like we're up to date, right? And so what we have done is provided something that no one else is doing. And we're providing these once a week video calls with content once a month, new content each month. And then these firms can catch the call with everybody in the office, right? The person who's doing their social media can be there, their PR outreach designers, anyone who is involved in the marketing process for the business. Everybody gets brought up to date on what's what they should be doing, what they shouldn't be doing. And if you've been listening to us now for years in our podcast, you'll understand that we have always said these are the things you need to focus on. And even with every upcoming newest, latest, and greatest trend, we have come back to how everything we've been teaching you is still the most important foundational parts of how all the new and more popular things can be applied, right? Like when AI rolled out, everybody's like, wow, how can I get suggested in the search generative AI? Well, it's because of your PR. It's because
Mm.
of your marketing. Your marketing should involve the PR, and your business should have all of the elements that are putting your messaging out there in a way that you are picked up and suggested or recommended. So even though we may have been talking about all these elements for years on this podcast, we are seeing the results of everything that we've been teaching is we have had you prepped for this time.
Mm.
Um, we have been working on creating all of that backlinks and recommendations this whole entire time so that your business is ahead of the game and that you're on target with what you should be expecting the following year. And realistically, when you look at having access to the experts to try to get all these things done, it's a reasonable price. Like we said, you can have someone in your office being trained by us with these classes. And it's really a no-brainer for someone who wants to make sure that their business is healthy and growing.
Yeah, I love it how you wrap that all up with a bow. That was nice. Um, so let's, if we think back over the last 2 years, can each of us think about our favorite thing that happened, like when one of our members learned something specific? And for me, something really stands out. It's when one of our members who re-signed up for the second year because they felt like they wanted to learn more. It's like the first year when I taught how to get quick press, which is a really critical foundational piece of the PR that I teach in the academy. The first year, they didn't do anything. Okay. It was just too intimidating and too overwhelming. And then when they were still there in the second year, they actually started implementing it. And I can't remember if it was the first month or the second month, they were proactively submitting to these PR queries that they got a hit in Forbes. So that was huge. And it's like they couldn't believe that it was actually happening. And it wasn't a like superhuman effort or anything. It was just, following up and doing the things that we had taught them to do. And I mean, the results were just outstanding. So that was amazing.
I
How
was going
about,
to actually say that one. That's what I was going to say, but I'll choose another one.
okay.
Because that was amazing. Because it
Yeah.
was actually 1 month
Was
after
it? Yeah.
1 month after they had become active, they
Yeah.
got that hit, and it was like,
Mhm.
wow, like, yep. So we had a member also that I had talked a lot about Google Business Profile and about how if you post consistently, and within about 6 months, they saw themselves ranking on maps, and it was consistent where they were in the maps and they were starting to get calls from that. And we had another member that hadn't done Google Business Profile at all. So they didn't realize how important it was. But then when they saw the other member get hits, they were like, okay, I need to set mine up. So they set theirs up, found out that there were a couple other profiles that had their name that they had to. So it was a task to actually find the other profiles, take them down, get their profile up. But the beauty of that is we were there the whole step of the process, every step of the process to help them. Whereas if they did this on their own, they wouldn't have known what to do. They wouldn't have known how to contact Google with the profile. We were able to walk them step by step. And that is the beauty of the program, is that you have professionals that have been down this road helping you throughout that process to help set you up for success.
Love it.
How about you, Maria?
I think implementing AI was such a mind-blowing experience for most of these businesses. Just the idea that they could, if they had multiple showrooms, multiple clientele bases that they were trying to communicate with, being able to take a structure like and have a formula on how to do the right thing, get the messaging across. You know how we talked about if you're doing like a blog post or an email newsletter, you can use these AI tools and roll it out to your different marketing groups, right? To your vendors, to your clients, to new prospects. And you can just take one step and roll it out, right? And honestly, just how much they loved having the explanation on this is what AI looks like and this is how to use it, and then be like, wow, that was pretty easy. Then say, but we're going to implement it. Because the problem is with AI, I believe most people are overwhelmed by thinking how much it could possibly do for you. And maybe they think they're not doing it right. But just having these like little baby GPTs that we've been using where we let people perform one request, one task, and then it just does a series of solutions for them. Um, it's so easy to implement for them. It takes a load off of them. You can just see the relief and the ease that comes from the use of AI in their businesses.
Yeah, I love it. That's a great example too. Um, okay, so now that we've talked a little bit about the cool things that people have learned and achieved in the program, and maybe some people are listening and saying, so what exactly is this academy? Jason, you as the professor of the team, the former professor, still professor, academy professor, how would you describe it in a nutshell?
In a nutshell, I would say it's having professionals that are in your industry that are here to help walk you through the process and help you have success in your marketing, PR efforts in a nutshell. So, like I had explained earlier with the Google Business Profile example, a lot of the steps that the member went through were cut in half in terms of time and frustration because we knew
Mhm.
who to talk to, who to have them call, what to do. So it not only saved them time, but it saved them a lot of frustration and money because we were able to help them cut through all of the noise and get to the exact issue or the problem and have it resolved. A lot of the classes nowadays that you'll see online are already pre-recorded. And so you're learning that way, but you may not have access to the experts that actually wrote the course. Whereas where we have the academy, you actually have access to us to ask us questions about the topics to get answers immediately.
Yes, and that's a great point. Yeah, and I just for the people who don't know anything about the Academy, really, it's a 12-month program that includes all the basics you need to know to run a successful business from the marketing side of things, that with regards to digital marketing, with regards to PR, and with regards to business development, tech, AI, and each of us are specialists in this area. And I think that's what really differentiates our program from pretty much everything else I've ever seen out there, not just for this industry, but in general, because Jason is a digital marketing professional. I mean, you own and run a digital marketing agency. I'm a PR professional. I run my own boutique agency, and I have a lot of industry experience, as we all do. And Maria is not just an interior designer, but she created her own app and is just a thought leader when it comes to AI and tech in general. So I think that our collective knowledge and experience really makes it different and valuable. Maria, what would you say?
I mean, I think having people you can ask questions of is
Mhm.
so impossible to find these days. I mean, you can't really get any information from someone by asking a question through DMs on Instagram. There's a lot of stuff that can be very frustrating about PR and marketing when you don't know what the next step is. And there's really no resources out there to help you just have that like structure of steps you need to be taking and kind of being pushed along in the process. One of the things that I really like about our program is that we do start off with like your base level foundational things that you need to know how to do that can start getting you those small results that we want. And then we add in later on in the game the bigger, more heavy tasks that seem to be a little bit more cumbersome to someone when they're first starting out. And so what we have done is we've created something that's easy to implement because you have those easy small baby steps in the beginning that can produce some results. And then we build up to the bigger, harder tasks that most people don't know how to even start.
Mhm.
So, and we don't throw you in to those tasks and say, hurry up, get these things done. We already know your process. We know what your limits are. We know how much time you have. Most people aren't spending enough time marketing and not setting aside enough time to do marketing. And so we are not here to just sort of help you with the baby steps, but also to create that time in your day to get the tasks done and create some accountability and help you get through anything you might be stuck with. So it's just the way it's set up is really perfect for anyone who's looking to understand their marketing and grow their business through marketing.
Exactly. Yes. And with all that being said, it's now September. The Academy opens up for the new year of learning and fun with the three of us. So we'll put the link in the show notes. If you're interested, sign up for the wait list. We'll have an early bird special. And the new curriculum starts, as I said, in October. So you can get all the information by going to our website, and we'll put it all in the show notes. And we hope to see a lot of you there. And if not there, we'll see you again in 2 weeks for designer discussions.
Your business is unique and your marketing should be too. Discover how to personalize your approach for SEO, PR, and beyond to attract more of the clients you love to work with. In our Academy membership, with us Designer Discussions podcast hosts as your personal coaches, we show you how to customize your marketing. With weekly live sessions, an exclusive community, practical resources, and expert guidance, we're here to simplify your marketing and boost your business. Sign up at designerdiscussions.com or follow the link in the show notes.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Designer Discussions and all of the helpful information. Subscribe to our podcast, leave us a review, and share it with your friends. We look forward to having you back next week. For more information on the podcast and the marketing studio, visit designerdiscussions.com and follow us on social media.